Hi there, this is Ronnie, coming at you with another video. Yeah, 2 in quick succession. It's like London buses with these videos. Tabletop Scotland, happening, well, 4 weeks today. Well, in 4 weeks time. I'm looking forward to it. After the fact, I will probably do my usual 3 videos as I did last year. One about my role-playing games, one about other tabletop gaming that I did, and one on a personal level. But purpose of this video is I'm just going to talk about the prep I'm doing for my 2 games that I'm running. So I'm pretty much ready for my Wolkenstein game, which is I didn't even want to call it a murder mystery. There's going to be a murder, there's going to be suspects. It's not going to be terribly difficult for them to figure out who done it. And this is not because I am making it, you know, ridiculously easy in and of itself. It's only that I have a 3.5 hour time limit, and I really can't do a complex murder mystery. There's got to be enough time for introduction, setup, aftermath, crescendo to a sort of big finish, and sort of, you know, epilogue. I got to do that all in 3.5 hours. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm mostly prepped for that. I've just got a couple of printouts to do. My Sunday game, my True 20 game, I've started the sort of main prep on that, which is to create the characters. And as my game Big Top Action is a sort of homage to 80s action movies, in so much as it's Die Hard in a circus, for want of a better word phrasing. I've decided to name all the characters. All the PCs are going to be named after characters in 80s action movies. Funnily enough, I did not use John McClane. In fact, I'll tell you exactly. And points. And I'm going to miss out a couple of the nicknames from some of these, just because the nicknames are part of the title of the film. But, you know, big thumbs up if you can get the movie references from these 6 characters. So there is the easier ones, which is Max Rokitansky, Mark Kaminsky, Laurie O'Brien, John Matrix, Jericho Jackson, and Deke Da Silva. Yeah. So I'm having a bit of a laugh there. They're done. The prep for the NPCs is pretty simple. True 20 has things like the spy and the gang leader and so on. I can nick the stats from there. So prepping the bad guys isn't a problem. The scenario pretty much writes itself. It's a setup. It's a simple intro. It's a setup. And the setup is pretty much going to crescendo itself, and 3.5 hours of action will take place. My only worry is that it won't finish inside of 3.5 hours. So I got to make it very tight. I might have to simplify True 20's combat system just a little, in so much as if they do a really good hit, I might not make the I might just make the toughness save rather than make a roll. I might just use the toughness as the gap, and we'll see what happens. I think what will happen there is I think most people will have a toughness score of sort of 3 or 4, which means if the damage of the weapon comes in at about sort of 22, 23, it means it's going to be an automatic kill, and that should speed up the combat like that, which will help. Obviously I'll make the PCs will roll, obviously, because they are Butch and Hero. But I might do that for the mooks. I'm kind of sitting there going, why am I not using Savage Worlds for this? The sheer and simple thing is, I used Savage Worlds last year. It's a great system. I love playing it. Anyone watching my videos will know that. But I wanted to do something different, and I was desperate to run Castle Falkenstein this year, which I'm doing on the Saturday. So on the Sunday, I wanted to do something different, mostly because I want to do systems that, not so much that no one else is doing, but don't get the love. I mentioned this in the last video. Castle Falkenstein doesn't get the love. Bloody deserves it, but it doesn't get the love. True 20, lovely system, doesn't get the love. I think if it had gotten the love when it came out, I think we could have been looking at a second edition of True 20, which I am aware that Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition is the sort of logical extension and evolution of True 20. And maybe what we would have seen is True 20, a sort of second edition of that, coming out as a generic using Mutants and Mastermind system. Green Ronin, do pay attention. Release the M&M system as a generic. I think a lot of people will go for it. I could see Mutant and Masterminds 3rd running fantasy and sci-fi surprisingly well. So everything's set. I'm looking at going in costume. Obviously, I've got a top hat and everything for Falkenstein, and I've just got to get a bow tie, I think, and a red top and cane for being a circus ringmaster for Sunday. Just, you know, it's Tabletop Scotland. If you're not going to do something a little more adventurous and you know, be a bit shiny, then what's the point, really? For me, I just, you know, be a little more interesting. So I'm looking forward to running them both. I don't have that many takers for my games yet, but that happened last year as well. I got an awful lot of people at the door, so I'm not too bothered about the fact that I'm not getting anyone just now. I'd like to get a few more for True 20, but you know, fingers crossed I get Falkenstein as well, because it's a good system and people should play it. So looking forward to it. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will be back soon with another video.